my song. Let's sing it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Come on, it's gonna be fucking awesome. You know the words. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's insane. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah!
It's Friday, motherfuckers. Ah, thank God. You made it to the end of another work week. Recommendation Gauntlet, produced by me, Jesse Blaze Snyder, the coolest man alive. It's Coolest Alive. We're still here 6 days a week, dropping amazing recommendations, and today is no different. I'm beaming to you from the Blacklight District studio. Snotty beamed me twice yesterday, sir. It was wonderful. But today is Wildcard Friday, which means literally anything that I'm currently possessed by is on the recommendation table. And this week, because I did Wreck-It Ralph at the beginning of the week, I had a feeling like an old school vibe, and I just wanted to, I thought about doing Donkey Kong because I like Donkey Kong. But better than that, I love The Legend of Zelda, man. But quick, Coolest Alive recommendation schedule recap to keep you organized. Monday it's music, Tuesday it's animation, Wednesday it's comics, Thursday it's live action films and TV, and Friday it's whatever the hell I want. 5 short, heartfelt hits across the week, and Saturday we go long, either canonizing greatness or swinging the culture hammer. This past Saturday, we did a Critters celebration for the Critters franchise. I love that series, and there's so many parts to it and things to talk about. So check that one out. But now we will kick off today's video game celebration in just a second. But first, a real quick shout out to my company, Blacklight District Studio, where we cook up boutique music and comics that will melt your fucking face. I am a comic book writer. I'm a musician. I've been courted by all the fucking major labels. I've been freaking, writing music for behind the scenes of shows, ESPN, things like that. You've probably ran into some of my music before. And then comics wise, I've worked for every major company, Muppets and Marvel and Disney Pixar and DC and Dynamite and Image. And, I've really just been everywhere. And it all sucks. The whole industry sucks. The way all business is done in the world, in America, sucks. It's not limited to just those places. But for me, I decided I couldn't do it like that anymore. I had to do it myself. I had to do it the right way. I had to pay people right. I had to treat people right. I was so fucking tired of being disrespected, of watching my brother, he's an award-winning filmmaker, watching him go through Hollywood, get disrespected, get the ball dropping, all these balls being dropped. He's one of the most talented people that I know. And just watching him not be treated with the respect that he deserved as a brilliant creative person who was really bringing something great to the table for these companies. And, they squandered him as all these industries squandered me and squandered all my friends and squandered so many talented people that I know. You would be so mad. If you love comics and stuff, you'd be so fucking mad at all of the talent that is being squandered, that is being either screwed up or just ignored for one reason or another in all of the industries. That's why I started Blacklight District. That's why I am kickstarting, pre-ordering for these comics, pre-ordering for these albums. The album that I just did is a sound frequency healing record. If you go to blacklightdistrict.studio, you can link straight over to our Kickstarter and you can pledge late. It's a little bit more expensive for those who pledge late. You're going to have a few more weeks at most. I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little behind. I've been saying a few weeks for a few weeks, but I haven't been up to some of the work that I've had to do. But I'm going to be getting to it very soon. I think this week is going to be starting it. It might be slow going, but I am going to eventually close down that campaign. So if you do want to get into it, especially if you want to get into it to help with the next campaign, because a certain amount of the profit from all these pre-orders is going to go for us making the covers that we need to promote the Kickstarter campaign for the comic book anthology magazine that we're making called Sugar and Bones. That one I'm super excited about. Digger Mesh, Aaron Sparrow, some of my favorite people in comics like Steve Kurth, all working on this thing together, and it is going to be gangbusters. I know that much, and I'm just... It's always great when you get to work with other people who are great, so it's not just all about you and your work, but you're like, ooh. This person worked on it, this person worked on it, this person, and they all did great work. And then you don't have to be like, my work is great. So anyway, I think I basically covered everything there. And then if your third eye is not already tuned in every Sunday to everything they don't want you to know, my esoteric deep dive into the hidden truths of reality, then tune it in. It's literally medicine for the psychic part of your brain. This past Sunday's episode was on love and how it is the only motivating factor that matters. It's really, really an important episode, I think, for people in general. And if that sounds good to you, go give it a listen. Anyway, enough foreplay. Time to set your whole week ablaze with the fire of greatness, motherfuckers. All right. Today's Holy Grail, and it is a Holy Grail, the original gold cartridge release of The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which has thankfully been reissued numerous times on half of the later released Nintendo consoles and is now available digitally in the Nintendo Digital Store exactly as I remember it. Launched in Japan in 1986 on the Famicom disk system, in that square gold floppy, and then brought to the U.S. in 1987 as one of the very first NES carts molded in gold plastic. Only the first two print runs, 1987 to 1988, got that classic gold shell with 5 screws on the back and the round SO label. After that, it switched to a cheaper gray cart. Inside, you've got that iconic chiptune title theme that still gives people chills, and perhaps the greatest video game ever made. It moved over 6.5 million copies, won countless Game of the Year awards back when magazines actually mattered, and basically invented the modern action-adventure template we're still playing today. If you've still got a dead mint golden cartridge, 5-screw, in the box, yeah, congrats. That's a 5-figure piece. Easy. So let's get into it. And I think that this is like the best place to start, right? So much of like my first interaction with the Zelda, the gold carded Zelda, was watching my father play it, accidentally tripping over the plug. And for those of you who know, you've already gone, no! Yes, because back in the day, saving was not so easy. This was an early game where you could save your progress, and if it turned off without you saving your progress, you would lose everything. My dad was on the 9th level, which is the end of the game. He had all the extra hearts, all the things. He had a map with every secret location that I later used. He was obsessed with this. And I apparently did him a favor. I think spiritually I did him a big favor because I turned him off to video games forever. And I think, my dad has a similarly obsessive personality, and that I think God sent me to get him away from the video game console. And the only way to do it was to have him commit, weeks of his life to fucking The Legend of Zelda, only to have his cute little son tear this thing out of the wall. The poor bastard. He called me yesterday and interrupted the Thursday show. I wish he had called during the Friday show. It would have been thematically more appropriate. Dad, you're ruining my podcast like I ruined your video game save years ago. Can you imagine that, guys? You're all the way on the final level of the game. You haven't beaten it yet, but you're about to. And your little son pulls the plug out of the wall. Shit, man. The poor bastard. The poor bastard. This game is just so awesome. It's so easy to get into. There's just the simplicity of the original. Each screen, one full screen you'd be walking on, and then you'd walk up, and then it would move into the next screen, and then you'd see that screen. So like literally the whole game is just a series of screens. It's all one full screen, and on this screen there's these bad guys and this entrance to this other place that will be another full screen. I don't know the best way to describe it, but each screen is just a section of the map. And when you put it all together, and lots of people have, there is just like this tapestry of hidden items. And these items come, ultimately like two different ways. There are stone walls that you can blow up with bombs, and there are bushes that you can burn with fire. When you burn a bush and there's a secret thing, the bush will move aside and it'll be like a little sound up, and you'll see these stairs to go down these stairs. Similarly, if you blow up the wall, all of a sudden a little black door will appear on the wall, and then you can go into the wall, and you'll sound effects as you walk down the steps, and you'll get into this secret place. In these secret places, you could get items. There would be stores that were really good, where you would discounted prices on items. The biggest thing is, in a lot of these secret spots, was you would go down and you would be offered an additional heart container. Traditionally, you start out with 3 heart containers, and you can get up to 20 in. Still to this day in the Zelda games, maybe they've gone more in some of the games since then, but usually it's up to 20, and that goes all the way back to the original game. Every single time you beat a board and you finish off the final monster, you would get a heart or a heart piece. Sometimes they'll break them up into like little pieces, and all of a sudden you would have an increase in how many hearts you could have. So starting at 3, now I got 4, now I got 5, and that was usually an indicator of like how far along you were in the game. But if you were really enterprising about the testing walls out with bombs and testing bushes out and stuff like that, you could find, like, I don't know, something like, we'll figure if there's 9 that are getting my son. So you could get like an easy, almost 10 of them just in these special parts of the land. And then also, there were like little gambling places where you could like pay some money to gamble. I think up in the top corner of the board, there was a couple of places where you would just go in and they would offer you money. They'd give you 100 rubies, which was a lot in that, or 30 rubies or whatever it was. And oh man, that part of it, just like the part of like discovering just the simple things, was so great. And then, it was just a simple bit of like, when Link is at his full capacity, and that's the thing to know. Zelda is not the main character's name. Link is the main character's name. Zelda is the princess that he's trying to save. And we talked about the idea of saving princesses and how this is just a wonderful little masculine power fantasy that ultimately most video games boil down to, and this one's no exception. This is the original masculine power fantasy game. I really hope they do a good job with the movie. Not that I care. I mean, it would be great to see a movie that I liked. I'm not into Zelda because I'm like, the story is so great to me. I really enjoy the game mechanisms. And as they've expanded upon the franchise over the years, it's really just gotten better and better. But the simplicity of the early game has never gone away. You got these fairies and fairies in a bottle, and there's just so many little items and things that they have done that just over time they just kept expanding on it just a little bit more and a little bit more. And you get to something like Breath in the Wild, which is as far as I'm up to right now. I haven't played the follow-up to Breath of the Wild, but I've played, I don't know, at least probably 75-80% of all the Zelda games ever made. I played them all, and generally speaking, love them all. I can't think of a Zelda game where I was like, fuck that Zelda game. I'm sure there's one. I'm sure there's one of them somewhere along the way where I said that. But starting with this entry into the franchise, and just expanding out over time, this is the most consistently awesome video game franchise in existence. Much more complex from its very beginning than a Mario or a Donkey Kong or whatever. And I mean, really, Zelda has set the tone for what modern gaming is. Zelda really is a pioneer in deeper storytelling, deeper, sort of mythology amongst the gameplay, a larger variety of bad guys, larger variety of weapons. Like, that's one of the cool things about the game too, is you just keep getting more and more things over time. You get a ladder, you get a raft. Now with the raft, if you find a dock, you can use the raft to go in a straight line to wherever you need to go. That'll open you up all of a sudden to a bunch of new levels. The ladder will help you cross over some places, some little rivers that you can't cross otherwise. You'll get the boomerangs, and now the boomerangs, you can freeze enemies. You get arrows, and now you can. There are certain characters who will die quicker from those things. You get upgrades to your sword. That's another one. You can find the master sword and all these things. Like all of this stuff, you're just slowly getting a better shield and better equipment and all this. It all starts here. It all starts with this gold cartridge Nintendo, and I had that gold cartridge, and I always loved that gold cartridge. If the game sucked, it wouldn't have meant anything, but the game was great. So whenever you're holding that, you'd be like, "I've got the gold cartridge, Zelda." Full disclosure, I have a Triforce tattoo on my shin. That's how much I fucking love Zelda. And in honor of just talking about Wreck-It Ralph and old school gaming this week, I was just like, man, I want to talk about Zelda because that shit's my favorite. And just like, yeah. Let me see. Anything else that I want to cover here that's like big Zelda stuff? I mean, it's funny because you can really cheat with you can find a map tomorrow with every secret thing in the game, and it's kind of just as fun. It's just, I've gone since, and I mean, at this point, I probably could point out like every secret. I probably would miss maybe a couple, but for the most part, like literally as we were talking, I'm like, oh yeah, and there's a master sword in the cemetery in the back of the thing, and there's the lost forest where you have to learn the combination to get to get there. I think it's like left, right, wait, left, up, down. See, I'm forgetting now, and I would be like, I already discovered it. I'm gonna go cheat. You don't necessarily have to cheat, but it would be fun. You would probably have a good time to cheat and have to discover all of the stuff in the original Zelda game. It's so fun. It was re-released when the GameCube came out and different consoles came out. I think actually maybe in cartridge form too, when it was like Nintendo 64 or whatever. They put that game and some of the older Zeldas into other discs. Like I had a Majora's Mask. It was like one of the Nintendo 64 Zeldas, but it was like on a GameCube disc. Not Majora's Mask. I'm not sure if I'm getting the right ones, but some of the older ones they got collected, and it's because I was such a big fan, I would always buy those, like the re-releases of them. And now, basically all of the great Zelda games are available through the Nintendo eShop. So digitally you can go in there and you can still play all of these games, which I love that feature. Just when I was a kid, it wasn't so. They moved on to a new console, and you were like, oh man, I guess I'll never play this game again. So just for it to come full circle and for those things to be available digitally once again, that makes me so happy. And because it's like me recommending this would be so stupid and useless if you couldn't actually go check out the game, but you can. And I highly recommend it, especially for those of you who are like, video game heads. You're just like that's my life. I love video games. Like this is a real history. There's like a lot to take in here because so many of the concepts in the original Legends of Zelda, and you could go watch people talk about this at length in great detail, some like the gaming mechanics and various things that are invented here in the Zelda game. So it really is a time capsule to the beginning of deeper, better, bigger video games. And this is the one. This is the one that started it all. I've been obsessed with it for my whole life, and it's never changed. At the end of the day, I got my Triforce tattoo because at the end of the game, you make a wish to basically put it all back together. And that's the thing. Like once you make the Triforce, you can like wish away all this evil and just like save the world with just a wish. So when I got my Triforce tattoo, I made a wish and whatnot. But shh, you don't know what my wish is. Nobody's supposed to know. I don't want to. There's nothing else really to say, but other than like you should go play it. It's super, super fun. Just like Mario or Pac-Man, when you go into like the arcade, I always wish that there would be a Zelda arcade so that like every now and then I could go out and I could play a little Zelda. But it's a bit of a different game because it's long form and you have to save in order to get deep into it. So it just doesn't play to the arcade mode. But for a person at home to like a little diversion of a game that you'd like to play, dude, download Zelda like tomorrow and tonight. Just get on it. It is so fun. You'll be so glad you did. Okay? That's it. That's your shot, your official Coolest Alive game recommendation of the day for this Friday, Wildcard Friday. And we'll be right back Monday with music, Tuesday with animation, Wednesday with comics, Thursday with live action, Friday with more Wildcard madness, and Saturday with the full hour Mother show that crowns kings and sometimes burns kingdoms to the ground. This past Saturday, we crowned Critters. Did a Critters celebration. There's a lot of films and TV and things in the Critters franchise, and they are pretty consistently excellent. Just entertaining as hell. I mean, just even the ones that are weak are fun and cool, at least on some levels. So check out that when you get a chance, and you can slide into my DMs or email me, jbs@blacklightdistrict.studio, and tell me what's currently melting your face off. I read every message that I get. I love getting recommendations, and I love hearing from you guys that something I recommended clicked with you. So, if anything clicks and you got a new favorite movie or a new favorite book because I said something, like, I love to hear that. Seriously. And do not keep sleeping on my other podcast, Everything They Don't Want You to Know, dropping fresh esoteric fire every single Sunday. That's where we rip the mask off reality and hand you the actual instruction manual. This past Sunday was on love. I highly recommend it. And yes, Blacklight District Studio is still out here cooking boutique music and comics and merch that you can't get anywhere else. You can jump in on our current Kickstarter and late pledge by going to blacklightdistrict.studio right now. This is Jesse Blaze Snyder. I'm beaming out from the neon heart of Blacklight District, telling you one last time, stay cool and stay lively, baby. I love you guys. Care Bear Stare. I will see you tomorrow for Saturday's show. Peace out. You've been listening to Coolest Geek Alive with me, your host, Jesse Blaze Snyder. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more excellent geek culture content. Thanks for listening.
It's my favorite part! Isn't that heavy? I'll play that! It's gonna be fucking awesome! Coolest alive! It's gonna be fucking awesome! Stay with your tribe! It's gonna be fucking awesome! Revenge of the Geeks! It's gonna be fucking awesome. Week after weeks. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Laughing with you. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And crying sometimes too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Spelling it out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Making you shout. I'm a genius. I got lyrics coming out me bum for days. You like that? It's a kazoo solo. I played that too. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Talking some shit. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Living the shit. My voice is fucking awesome. Foot in our mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Get in the mouth. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Tell all your friends. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Call right on text. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Raising the bar. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Straight to the stars. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's starting soon. Straight to the top. Passing the moon. It's gonna be fucking awesome. On with the show. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Ready, set, go. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wait. You'll see. You'll all see.
The podcast playground.